Yep, my name is Nick, and I'm head of strategy at Game Insight. And the Esports initiative is my baby, so I'm running it from the beginning. And those of you who was in Helsinki at PGC event back in September could attend probably my keynote session there, where I told about this thread of thoughts which led us to the first esports season, how we get everything started, and said something about early fruits it brings to us. So, and today I'm going to talk about our next season. If you missed the first part, don't worry. It's this kind of series where characters are the same, just events escalating each episode a little bit. So the next episode has just started, as you could see from the video. 12th of January, we've officially started our second esports season. And that's what I'm talking about today. But first, guns of boom. And I'm not talking about Wi-Fi network you're all connected to today, I guess. It's about the game itself. So we truly believe that the product is the king, and no successful esports title was born as an esports title initially. So at the beginning, it's always a high-quality product which becomes popular among the players, and then come demands, and esports is one of the demands. So that's how it works. That's how it worked in our case as well. So we've been approached by the players who demanded the competitive mode, and somehow it was born. But before, a little bit about the game itself. So it was launched less than 2 years ago, May 2017. Has more than 60 million active audience up to date, around 1 million active daily users. And as I said, our first esports season together with ESL, our major partner on this way, got started June 2018 and finished with the grand finals at the ESL studio in Los Angeles, November last year. Fantastic event, everybody happy, so really nice. And yep. So this first esports season, of course, we faced many challenges on this way, and we didn't know how to deal with it. We didn't know anything, but we had to learn on this way. And there were community challenges, there were technological challenges. I can say, for example, that we've built completely unique technical infrastructure, technical integration between our game and ASL platform to let our audience, feel as less pain as possible on the way to compete with each other. And nobody has it but us. Completely unique. So also we worked on the show components, on how to show the game, because esports, it's not only where you play competitively, but also is something which is really watchable, which is, you should enjoy watching it. That's a really important part of that. The audience, the mobile audience, is also different from the traditional esports disciplines. So it took us much efforts to, work with community, to let them get into it, to explain them how it works, and to get them involved at the end of the day into the competition. So all of that was dedicated to one big goal, to build the ecosystem, the infrastructure. And that's what the whole first season was about. Some brief highlights of the first season. So we come up with $200,000 prize pool, which split it up between 50 online tournaments and 2 studio offline events. It was one European Invitational tournament in Katowice, Poland, and one North American event, which was Grand Finals in LA, November. So, but again, for us, esports is kind of a media channel. We look at it as on a way to communicate with the audience, as a way to sell the product to a new audience, a way to show the product in action and to show it in the best way possible. So we paid much attention on creating the content, so the quality of the content as well as the quantity of the content. So we've ended with 45 hours of broadcasts, millions of views. I will give you some numbers a little bit later. But what is more important, we've managed to get involved many casual players who, you know, turned into professional gamers. And we've probably even, you know, changed some lives for better. Give you some fun fact. For example, the winners of our European invitational event in Katowice, Poland, Team Yakuza, were the guys who met each other in the real life just days before the event. They, for the first time, they came to this small Poland town to compete for real money. They won, and afterwards, they, some of them even grabbed their families and went on holidays together to spend out the prize money as a bunch of old friends. So that's, you know, that means a lot. Altogether, there were 600 unique participants, and many teams played the first season. What we've learned from that is that, first of all, esports is something which gives a goal for high-level players. Most of the professional players, and professional, I mean who plays our professional pro mode, how we call it in the game, pro play mode. So 90% of them are higher than 30 level. So this is something which brings them, you know, reason to stay in the game. So, which of course enlarge their lifetime, which also make them play more often, play longer, and you know, it's better from all the sides. And by this time, 5 professional clubs were created, which means that the ecosystem, the infrastructure started working with any our involvement, I mean organically, growing organically, because these professional esports brands started to come themselves. We didn't pay money for that, we didn't get them, you know, invited to play a game. They just come directly, they approach directly the teams, they ask them about if they are interested in becoming a part of professional brands, and this process, we can see that it is escalating now. More and more teams are coming, more and more brands are interested in the product, and at the beginning of this season, we already have 5 of them, and some more are on the way. Some numbers I've promised to provide you with. So here you can see that this focus on content generating, on providing with the high quality broadcasts, on working with the best talents we've chosen together with ESL. It helped us to get bigger numbers than some of the others, I would say popular esports mobile game titles. And our finals, for example, been watched by 15,000 concurrent viewers on all the platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and the total media reach, which is not here on the screen, was around 10 million unique views. So which is really, really great in our opinion. And of course, ours after, considering all these results, all these numbers, all the data we have, we realized that esports is great. It's good for the game, it's good for the players, it's good for everybody. Everybody benefits from it. So no doubt we decided we're going to continue, go on, and that's how our second season was born. And here, at this point, although we've already known a lot about esports, about mobile, about behavior of users, about how everything works, we still, have some challenges to deal with. First of all, this time we dug deeper and decided that there are three trigger points we should be focused on. The first one is the transformation from casual player into mobile esports viewer, which means that we need to create this kind of environment where a player, some ordinary player, will be interested in watching how others play, which is a challenge. The next transformation point is transformation from a viewer into a player, a professional player. And that is about showing the game while broadcasting it, while show it to the viewers as something which is not really different from what all the casual players do. I mean, it's the same game, the same kind of weapons, the same maps, everything is the same, and everybody got killed at the end. I mean, none of them are invulnerable, so which means that the game professional players play is the same casual players play. So the difference is only in the mode. Professional players compete for the points to get qualified for some bigger events, which I'm going to tell you a bit later, and casual players play just for fun. And the last but not least trigger point is transformation of professional player into the celebrity. Because what is mobile esports in particular lacking now is the lack of celebrities, the lack of heroes this audience needs to, in order to kind of look up to somebody, to kind of growing up this desire to play competitively and to play pro play mode. So there are changes for players, of course, this year, because in terms of become celebrity out from the professional player. Imagine, just picture it, these grown up 30-year guys, maybe married with kids, who plays this mobile game just occasionally for fun, and one day he wakes up as a professional player, won dozens of grants of dollars. What does he do? I mean, it's a crucial moment. It's a really high pressure and great responsibility to decide what to do next. Is he going to keep his job, his, usual life, or to change something? And as soon as he's been approached by some professional esports brands, the question, the pressure becomes bigger and bigger. And not everybody is ready for that. Of course, some guys leave the championship, leave the professional career, let's put it this way. New faces pop up, the rosters got shuffled, so the game is changing. At the same time, as a developer, we also got our own challenges. And first of all, considered all the specifics we could see from the first season, we've decided to change a little bit gameplay itself for professional players. For example, we decided to decrease the efficiency of some of the weapons, for example, shotguns, because we could see that the weapons were too easy to play with in competitive mode. Vice versa, we decided to push significance of some other weapons, like sniper's rifles, for example, because we saw the the need to bring more variability and more strategic elements into the gameplay. And for the watchers, we've decided to slow down the pace of gameplay a little bit, to let them follow the details and enjoy the process more. So, still, it's all about building sustainable organic infrastructure to work on this fertile soil, which will bring us more and more fruits later. And some highlights of the second season. This year, first of all, we've decided to add 2 additional regions. First season, it were just North America and Europe. This year, we've added Southeast Asia, and together with India, by the way, and LATAM region, which means more teams, more players, more brands, more everything. The prize pool is bigger, more than twice this year, 500,000. And the most important thing is that we've changed the whole structure of the season, the ladder. So comparing with the last year, when we had just 2 steps of this ladder, the first one was these online tournaments, Go4 tournaments of ESL platform. And the second layer was consists of 2 studio-size offline events, one in Katowice, Poland, one in LA. But this year, there are going to be 3 layers. First, it is still online platform, online tournaments, but we've renamed it. It's not Go4 anymore, it's Challenger Series. Open for everybody. The second one, for those who got qualified and collected enough points from the Challenger Series, there is Pro Series, which is the series of the events all around the world where we've been represented, and consists of these studio-size small events, cozy events. The first one gonna happen in North America this spring. The second one, beginning of summer, somewhere in South America, and then all the other regions. And the cherry on the cake, the best of the best, the probably biggest mobile esports events ever, Gods of Boom, which is the series of the events to be played on the main stages of the biggest traditional esports tournaments on the stadium size, like Intel Extreme Masters in Poland, Katowice, like ESL1 in different places. So those are for the players who won Pro Series. And the very first Gods of Boom kickoff event, and I'm really proud to invite you today there. Gonna happen 1st of March in Poland, Katowice, on the main stage of Intel Extreme Masters Expo. It's going to be an invitational event with the two best Guns of Boom professional teams who played last season, and it's going to be fantastic. So thank you very much, and I'll be really happy to answer your questions. For one, okay, sorry. I didn't notice your, signs.
Do you guys have a question?
Just one.
He's going to bring the microphone to you. He's bringing the microphone.
All right. Knowing what you know today, for the next game, let's say, would you build it from the ground up with esports in mind?
Excuse me, could you repeat, please?
Knowing what you know today,
Yep.
would you, like, if you create now a new game, would you build it as with the foundation that you added for esports now, or you would still wait and see if it comes from the community?
No, again, it's an organic process. You create,
Yeah, I understand.
You create a game first, then you can see a demand from the audience to play in competitive mode, and you build the competitive mode.
No, I understand. What I'm saying is, would you add because you said you had a lot of things that you needed to add to the game, would you?
If there is a demand, again, so of course, I mean, esports is good, esports works, we can see that, we can see the numbers, we can see the impact on the audience, we can see, we still can see the demand, we can see the interest from the brands, from all around the esports ecosystem, there is an interest, so of course we will do it.